Hey guys, kinggath here, and welcome to week 3 of my forever playthrough of Fallout 4 / Sim Settlements. So this week I decided to try and play a little catch up and install a bunch more mods than I did last time, though I'm still way behind, and don't worry about that. Continue to suggest those mods and we'll keep adding them. But this week I added When Science Retires, which was suggested by Old Vesper. I installed Unique NPCs, Creatures, and Monsters, suggested by Gray Ribbon, which I believe might be responsible for the Squirrel Army I fought earlier today. The Leaders of the Commonwealth, which was suggested by Admiral Thunderbunny. Legendary Modifier Rebalance, suggested by Clockwork Bard. Lima Detachment, suggested by Choo Choo 1. Dogmeat True Companion, suggested by Disciple 72. Animated Chems Redone, which a bunch of you suggested, but the first person I saw who had posted it was Nuka-Cola Quantum. Then we've got Retro Fashion Overhaul by Thukad, or suggested by Thukad. I gotta remember that these aren't who made the mods. NPCs Travel, suggested by Eunuch. And Cross Crit Gorverhall, suggested by Lee. So thank you everybody who suggested the mods. Definitely keep an eye on the sheet so that you're not recommending the same mods that have already been recommended. I've started to organize the sheet and put aside some of the ones that I will do in future characters, since this is the forever playthrough and we're going to go through multiple characters. You'll see some more of those come up later, and certain mods like the workshop mods that are going to add individual items, which I don't particularly need right now while I'm focused on Sim Settlements. Those were kind of moved to their own section temporarily, and maybe I think that dog had 2 heads. What the hell? That would explain, that might be part of unique NPCs. Oh my god, that was bizarre. I didn't know that was possible. Look at this thing. Look at this funky Brahmin here. Was he feeding these dogs? All these 2-headed creatures. Crazy. And he's got a bunch of limbs. How the hell did they do that? Huh. Very cool. Anyway, definitely keep suggesting those mods. And yeah, I'll keep installing them over time. Alright, we are off to Federal Ration Stockpile. I don't like sneaking around with this character, but man, these turrets, they'll tear you apart if you're not ready for them. You gotta take those down. Oh! The poor lab! Oh my god, how in the hell? What was that? What is going on? There are some things happening with mods that I don't recognize. Like the fact that I just got knocked down by a dog. A grave robber? What is wow, this unique monster thing must have changed a ton. Oh! Brutal. Oh, let's see here. Let's get used to my hotkeys again. This is one of the downsides of playing games once a week. It's like you lose track of all your hotkeys and what you were doing in your save. Berserker. Uh-oh. That's not doing enough damage. Oh, can I target the fusion core? Yes. Not nearly enough damage. Wow, Dogmeat is wrecking shop over here. Alright, you keep this power armor wielder distracted. I'll beat down with my good old trusty wrench. Haha! Got your helmet there. Okay, we gotta take care of that Dogmeat. Pin her down. Oh, terrible whiff. Whoa! Got me in the back there. Little jet action. Just give up. That's cool. I've never noticed it slowed down the sound of the people around me. Fantastic. Whoa! Getting wrecked here. Going through all the stim packs. Alright, we're gonna let Dogmeat take care of you, just nipping at your heels. Let's go take care of all your buddies over here. What do we think? What do we think? Yeah, your arm. Oh. That's a painful procedure there. Wish it did no numbing agents or anything. Just taking her off with a wrench. Oh man, that is some cool armor. I think I want that. Ah! Oh no! Haha, once again, the viewers will never know that I died and that I'm terrible at first-person shooters. Get my trusty wrench out. I don't know how I'm going to defeat this Federal Ration Stockpile with this mod installed. These guys are rough. Oh man, I'm running out of shotgun shells. 10mm it is. Okay, we need to take out these turrets for sure. One more over here somewhere. There you are. Oh, that didn't do it. There we go. Come here, attack dog. Whoops. Sorry there, dog meat. Whoa! What? What? So, one of the mods I have installed warned me of this. It's the Dog Meat, a True Companion. It said that the changes to enhance Dog Meat and make him a more useful companion would also affect raider dogs. But then there was another mod suggested called something about no shared template with Dog Meat that would prevent that. Does not seem to be working, because that's not the first time I was one-shot by a dog in my testing of all these mods. So True Companion may be going away unless somebody such as Disciple72 recommended it. Somebody could tell me what's going wrong or what I have installed incorrectly, because I can't be getting one shot by dogs. It's gonna be a pretty big problem for progression. Gotta get some more cardio in there, buddy. All right, let's beat up the mutant dogs once again. All right, Dog Meat, you go in first. No. Oh, you know what, Dog Meat? We've got some goggles for you, buddy. Oh, and you've just got a baseball bat. That's exciting. I'll take that. I don't know why you have a baseball bat or a winter jacket and jeans. Okay then. Oh, that's an interesting side effect of killing Preston and Company's. Dog Meat never gets his full name. I'm gonna have to come up with a solution for that. Ooh, that actually gives me a cool idea. We're gonna have to add in. There's no reason we can't have for our Raider gameplay a way to name him whatever you want, or name him, at least give a choice of like some new name maybe. That's gonna have to get worked in somehow. Gonna have to get our writers on that. One turret. Where's the other one? Get out of here. Got no time for this turret nonsense. All right, let's watch out for the murder dogs. Go away. Get away from my head. They're like Monty Python rabbits. They can just go right for your jugular. Whoa. Big old pile of guys over here. Grenade away. Ooh. Oh. All right, let's hang out over here. Get away from that power armored person. Hey there. Off with your arms. Hey, no. Lock door. I need a lock door button. Oh no. You just got me with a pool cue and power armor. Take 38. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can survive this monstrous legendary raider. So I'm not sure how much of this is mod issues and how much of this is well, me sucking. And then third is how much of this is just this area being maybe too high level for me. So that was something somebody commented early on when Conqueror came out, was the fact that if you try to just do the Raider playthrough stuff and go right through Jammer's Quest, that there are some areas that are a little rough for a fresh character, and that might be what I'm running into here, and I might need to go segue and do some other stuff for a little bit, which is fine. But I think I am gonna make that call if I can't get past this, because I don't want to uninstall any interesting mods just because the creatures are too hard. I'd rather just go level up a bit and take care of it that way. All right, we got the welding goggles again. All right, let's try this little sequence once more. All right, now we're gonna watch out for the killer dogs and their throat jumping. Come here, guys. A legendary attack dog. Oh god. Oh no, I can't tell the difference between you and Dog Meat. No. Oof. Well, that was lucky. Whoa, whoa. Oh, wait, are you the power armored person? No. Good. And we can get in there with trusty wrench. Oh no. Oh no. Everybody's one-shotting me. Alright, so after many failed attempts, I realized that either the mods have made the game much more difficult than I recall, or my character is just far too weak, and I'm guessing it's a combination of the two. And this was something somebody brought up in general with Conqueror, is that it can be difficult to just go through and do just the Conqueror quest line directly, because we didn't pad in a lot of stuff to give you a bunch of leveling up early on, and we didn't actually worry a ton about where the locations were on our early quests, just because we had always assumed it would be something people play alongside other stuff, not thinking about the repercussions of that. And so it's something we are working on addressing in patches, but since we don't have those patches yet, I'm going to just kind of go explore and experience different parts of the game. I might actually even go commence with parts of the main quest just so that I stumble across some of the side quests in the game. I don't know how much of the main quest I'll actually do. And this week's add-on of the week is Sim Settlements Scrappers by Oh No. Now this is a very cool add-on pack. It's got a good variety of different plot types, lots of interiors and exteriors, but one of the most unique features it has a series of plots that are designed to be stacked on top of, and they're perfectly sized so you can even stack another plot on top of them. So these have these like really cool under the bridge type feels, so you can kind of set yourself up a seedy little town and then build a level above it with a little nicer stuff up there. So I highly recommend checking this out. He's also got a good amount of interior plots that are a little cleaner, some kind of institute-y feel to them. So he's a wide variety of junky to high-tech looking plots in Sim Settlements Scrappers. All right, we got ourselves some level ups. We got some equipment upgrades. Let's try our luck with Red Tourette and company over here again. All right, so there's our target. So we're going to have to be ready here because this is rough. So we got our Lear to take on our friend in power armor. We got our musket for taking on those turrets. Where's the one turret? Right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Almost forgot about the killer dogs. Oh, way to go, dog meat. Oof. All right. Let's try our luck taking on this guy with our Lear. How do you say it? L-A-E-R? Lear? That sounds close enough to me. No better to... Whoop. We're going to need some chems. Jet fuel. There we go. It's not as cool as jet, that's for sure. Oh man, this is not doing enough damage. All right, well at least dog meat's got you covered. Got you distracted while I shoot funky laser beams at you. Whoa! Apparently I did. I got stuck on a rock. My God, the bullet sponginess is real. All right, let's try this. Whoa, not the rabbit. Leave the rabbit alone. Yes. Ha ha ha. Take that. We gotta use Jim. Finally, the demon has been slain. All right, we don't got no room for power armor. All right, let's get in there and let's finish the job. These other guys better be weak. Jet time. Oh, did you use some too? Whoop! Lost your head. Oh no! No! All that and we lost anyway. The bullet sponginess is so terrible. I'm definitely installing better locational damage after this. That is miserable. That is not fun, Bethesda. And again, I'm not sure. I have no idea how much of this is my mods versus the game, but good lord. Epic fail. All right, let's go build some settlements. It's time for the mod of the week. This week's mod is definitely unique NPCs, creatures, and monsters. Now, I may regret giving this out because it might be that's the mod that just ramped up the difficulty curve for me and is making me get my head bit off by various creatures. But it definitely adds a ton of flavor. I loved seeing all the different skins of ghouls, made it so that I almost never saw the same one twice. And now I'm starting to see that same thing happen among all the different creature types. You've got different dogs and different little wildlife running around like squirrels and rabbits and variations on them. Just so much variety in the creatures in the world that it really, really changed things in a crazy way. And it's actually going to make me go look into the rest of the unique NPC series because I think that those have the potential to just completely transform the feel of the game and make it so it feel like I'm running into constant new things. So definitely check that out if you're on PC. It's unfortunately not available on Xbox due to its monstrous size, but if you're on PC, you should definitely grab unique NPCs, creatures, and monsters. All right, we're back at Sanctuary where it's safe, where I am not getting eaten by dogs and having my head blown off by every single damn raider I run into. Because the game got really hard with all the new mods you guys had me installed, so I'm going to have to, it's going to take some adjustment time. But we got a new settler, and I don't know if the guy showed up yet that we met out in the wilderness. Old man Jenkins.
Hi. Yeah?
Need a place to settle.
You looking for a new place to settle?
Could be. Why, do you know of somewhere good?
Yeah, I do. You're going to come to Sanctuary Hills with us.
Thanks. See you there in a day or two.
Or if he even made it, or if that even happened in this save, or if it happened in one of the ones I died. Uncertain. But we got 5 people now, so we're going to throw down a little bit more here. So we had 3 houses. So yeah, he must be around here somewhere. Old man Jenkins, he's got to be wandering around. But we need to build ourselves a couple of houses. So we're going to continue to build in our little zone here, kind of make our little village. And let's see here. We'll squeeze one in over here. Again, trying to, I don't mind being a little sloppy. I like when it comes out kind of organic. And so in this case, they're kind of building themselves a little circle of safety. Let's see here. Can I get rid of this guy? There we go. All right. So this guy will just build up here, and our foundation should pop in. There we go. And then we need one more in here. So he's gonna join in this little circle action as well. There we go. Okay, so then, all right, we got a good amount of food coming in. I don't know how we have 5 food. Let me see here. We've got 2 farms. Do I have a third one somewhere, or is one of these producing more than I expect? Let's see. So one of the things I tried to do was make as much as possible the interface to work correctly. Like obviously we had the problem with the 999 issue if you let things dip below 0, but you should be able to mouse over things or highlight over things in workshop mode and see how much they're producing without having to go to the plaque. So we've got 2 from each of those. So somebody else is producing food as well. So it could be a bonus on one of these plots. Let's see. Yep. So our junkie here is producing happiness and food. So that's one of the little benefits with the VIPs is they also provide little benefits in some way. And I had the immersion all worked out for where it's coming or for why they give each of them, but I couldn't tell you for the life of me why this guy gives you food. Maybe he's just collecting snack cakes and sharing them with everybody. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's generally the VIPs. That's the benefit to them is they'll provide little incidental bonuses. So that's why you want to get those. So if you find yourself a VIP, don't change their building plan. And unfortunately, we don't have a way to check it, but just generally, if you see this Wasteland Lounger building plan, that's a good sign you've got a VIP there. And eventually, they make themselves very known. Like at level 2 and 3, the houses are pretty distinct, or it'll be a distinct version of Wasteland Lounger at least. They're definitely not distinct compared to some of the add-on packs out there, which is why I quit making additional VIPs because the add-on pack authors out there, you guys all do so much better work than I do. So it was hard for my what I called VIPs to actually stand out, but that's all right. So we've got plenty of food in that regard. Now what I keep running out of is water. Now I've built quite a few pumps, but I realized that we are playing with a bunch of add-on packs, and some of them have some basic industrial that add water. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. So we're going to come up with a little industrial zone here now where we're going to stick our kind of scrappy stuff. So I think maybe we'll take out this house over here. This because I like using these platforms in Sanctuary. I'm also thinking that we could do I need a lot of space for advanced industrial, so that might be around the tree over there. But I think for now we're gonna cut this guy down. And, oh, did I leave that? Did I leave that rad roach? Hey, buddy. Hey, settlers, deal with this, please, while I fly around in God mode. Thanks. So we'll go ahead and just plop this here. Gonna let that overhang, and it'll build a little more cement for us with the foundations because I have those. I have my industrial plots configured to produce cement foundations by default. And yeah, so let's pop into the ASAM sensor. You guys still didn't deal with him. All right, wrench time. All right, let's see here. So we're gonna go ahead and grab one of these water plots. So I think I found one I liked over here, the lower water station by Oh No. Let's see here. So it adds 20, 30. So this is a lot of water. This is a little bit, it's a little bit overpowered in my opinion because the advanced industrial rather water is, and actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So I was going to do, sorry, Oh No, I'm not going to show off your plot quite yet just because that's a little too much water for my taste. So this is one of the things that, balance wise, I have one flavor of what I think is correct balance, and other people think what they think is balanced, and I try to just not maintain a strict control over that, so people are kind of free to do whatever they want with the add-on packs. I like to keep things open in that regard, but I do intend on eventually showing you all the advanced industrial tech tree anyway, so we might as well start her off so we can get some water from it. So we're gonna have to figure out where we want to put this, so we'll just squeeze it in again. take advantage of our built-in foundations. Now, one thing with the advanced industrial plots are these one of the ones that need power right out of the gate. So, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna rearrange my one source of power. Nope, I've got it. I know how to play. I think. I hope I remember how to play Industrial Revolution. Let's see here. So we're gonna bring our little generator over because that'll be enough power for this guy to start with. But advanced industrial plots are one of the ones that need power right off the bat in order to continue to produce their resource. So be sure, those are the ones that even at level 1, you got to make sure those are good to go there. All right, so we'll move our beacon over. We've got, oh, did it happen to choose water right out of the bat? Let's see. Come on, ASAM sensor. There you are, buddy. I guess I should look at the plaque and see which one we got. No, iron mine. No, we don't want an iron mine. We want a community well. So the advanced industrial, for the most part, you'll just find stuff from Industrial Revolution on it. But I know Ruined World I think we'll build his because this is something he did that's very cool, and I was hoping to see more people take advantage of. Was we have the ability for add-on packs to hook into the Industrial Revolution tech trees, and Ruined World was one of the people that took advantage of that. So we will build his, and this can actually, even though it starts out as one of Ruined World's buildings, the watershed, it can actually evolve into any of the advanced industrial stuff from Industrial Revolution. So it can actually turn into a brewery after that, which is pretty cool. And so we can go up the tech tree even off of something from Ruined Homes and Gardens. So we'll let that build up, and we'll come back and scope it out. I also need, it looks like, some more defense here. So our defense tanked pretty hard there because we started building up more houses and stuff, and all those things add up and add some penalties. So we're going to need another defensive structure here. So I think because we just got 2 new people and we've got our food covered, I'm going to go ahead and do another martial plot since we've got the bodies to spare. And then we've got some nice martial plots kind of facing here. Although actually, you know what? I've got to remember that there are attack points around, and this is kind of a vulnerability over here. So let's get this guy tucked in over here somewhere. Let's see. And I guess we can put this on top of a platform. I don't know if I have this one set to automatically spawn foundations, so we're going to just go ahead and build a 1x1. We can afford it. Let's see here. All right, yeah, kind of like that on the cement. No, we'll go wood. All right, we can nudge it out just a little. Usually, however much you can put out the vanilla pieces, that's how far out it's safe to put a plot. But the reason to keep things inside of the border is generally because the AI has a hard line where they will not cross that border. So it's possible that by me doing that with a martial plot, in fact, just because of that, I'm going to nudge it back just a little bit, they won't go use the plot. And that's because the AI is blocked in by your build area. So there's like an invisible cube that kind of lines up with that, and the NPCs will refuse to cross that barrier. So if you ever get your guys not using plots and you've got them on the edge, that's probably why. It can also often just be that there's just a nav mesh issue over there, and so like often putting stairs up to your plots is a good idea if you want to make sure that the NPCs are all wandering over to their plots and making use of them. Though they'll often just teleport to them, just like they do with a lot of the vanilla stuff. But like, for example, if I want to make sure that they use this, I need to put, and I was looking around for a settler, but I gave up on that idea and just decided to let the auto assign do its thing. And there it goes. Glad I didn't go looking for one. But I'm gonna go ahead and make sure they've got some stairs here, and we're gonna have to play around with place everywhere so that works. Let's see if I can get my hotkeys working once again. Come on, there we go. Hotkeys. And do I have snap on? Abject snap on. Oh, and so the building plan's covering it up, which we didn't choose a building plan. Let's get in there and do that. Choose building plan. Let's see here. Let's see what, let's play with one of our Conqueror designs. So Buzz Off by Captain Coots. Captain Coots was kind enough to do some fantastic designs for Conqueror. And we're going to go ahead and plop one of those down right there, because unfortunately they're not super. So when he was building them, we had discussed it being Raider themed, but I think that this one actually might be a little heavier Raider themed than the others. But I think the others that are in Conqueror, aside from the 3x3 farms, I think they can pass for just kind of a scrappy look. They don't necessarily scream Raider. This one might be the exception, though, the 1x1, and we're gonna find out in just a second. But if it's just like tires and stuff and junk, I'm totally fine with it. If it has like a head on a pike, we'll probably swap it out, since this isn't our Raider headquarters yet. But while we're waiting for that, let's go check out Ruined World's work on our watershed over here. So thankfully we got the super speed. So yeah, so we got a nice little watershed doing some tank action there. And it's got a nice rainwater collected pool. So yeah, so we've got our source of water there. So this guy supplies 10 water for 1 power, and it has it does have a negative to it, and that all of the most of the advanced industrial from Industrial Revolution tend to have negatives as well as positives. So in this case, it's a little bit heavier defense penalty than you're used to, and so generally a building will have a single defense penalty at level 1, but this one has a 2 penalty, as well as the required power at level 1. So advanced industrial are generally designed to be used a little bit later in your settlement's life, just because they have that extra resource intensity to them. So if you're trying to balance everything out right at the very beginning of the game, and advanced industrial can kind of slow you down by quite a bit. So they're definitely not the ones you want to be using right out of the gate. But we've got a pretty stable little settler group going. We've got all of our needs met. We've got our defense up. So we're in pretty good shape here. Actually, the one thing we're looking at is trying to boost up happiness. So our next guy, we might throw them on recreational, although that's going to depend on whether or not one of our farms upgrades. So one of the things so I talked about in the last episode that I like to keep things unpowered for a little while until I feel like I've got enough resources and I've got everything kind of stabilized, is so that they won't level up. The agricultural plots do not suffer from that. They don't require power anyway. So if you want to lock them down, you have to put manual upgrades on, and that's not something I'm going to do. I'm going to let those upgrade. Those to me are a good one to upgrade first, and they're definitely worth the extra cost of water and defense in order to get those upgraded, just because the food will almost directly controls how many settlers you can have if you want to keep that happiness going up, which again, the Sim Settlements is designed pretty heavily around happiness, is that the upgrades kind of are all locked in on that. So let's give these guys some stairs so we can see them animating to everything and making things look nice and clean. And we've got these nice plot stairs we're going to use. So we added some stairs a while back to Sim Settlements that are nice and wide, so you can just set on one set and then know that your settlers will path whatever the building is. And that is very thematically appropriate for this boat-themed building that we got here, which I don't mind. I like this little mix-up. It doesn't really make a lot. I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense in the middle of Sanctuary for the boat one, so maybe we'll change it up. But for now, I'm probably going to leave it there. I like this guy. This is a nice little, I don't know what's going on with it with the little tent, but I like it. What else do we got here? We were going to check on our raider building. Yeah, see, this thing's got like these funky spikes. That's looking pretty raidery. So I think this one might be one of the exceptions to the one that has a pretty raidery feel. I also think both of our martial plots, I believe, that came from Conqueror, because I think the 2x2 actually has a guard on it that's pretty raidery. So we're gonna switch this guy over. Let's see here. Let's check out what Captain Coots put in his own mod. So we have that installed. We have his add-on pack. Let's see, 1x1 version of a martial plot that works well paired when snapped to the far right corner of the 2x2 version. Well, we're not going to do that, but we'll check out your work anyway. So, okay, so we've got happiness is our only one on the fallback there. So the defense is down now because we just reset our plot. So that'll go back up in a moment. Power, I'm not worried about the meter. I'm happy with it being a little low just so our things don't upgrade. So now we're going to talk about planning out what we want to do next. So I'm sure we'll get another settler really soon. In fact, I might have a little nap here to get the light back anyway. But one of the things I think I want to do next is start making use of some of these buildings, and that's where the interior plots are going to come in handy. So obviously we always need homes for people. So I think we can go ahead and convert one of these into somebody's house. In fact, we can snugly fit quite a few inside of some of these bigger homes. So we're going to clear out all this furniture here. Whoops, I don't want stairs in the middle of the room. Clear this out. Oh, give me those caps. What are you doing? Okay. So I do not have a scrap mod on. I prefer not to use those. They tend to cause a lot of stability issues, especially in your settlement, so I'm going to avoid those. So we're going to have a little bit of a dirty floor, and that's okay. I like that aesthetic a lot. So we're going to go ahead and cram a residential guy in here. Now we're going to try turning Surface Snap on and see if we can get it. So Surface Snap is definitely a problem for trying to get these plots inside of this building. So often you'll have to turn it off. For those of you on Xbox, what you end up having to do is if you use Place Anywhere and you're trying to do this, you just get them as best as you can and then use the tools of Place Anywhere to kind of nudge it into place. And then after you've got it where you want it, then just refresh the plot and it'll rebuild everything so that it matches where you were able to nudge it into place. All right, so that looks pretty good right there. And we'll just let that pick whatever it wants. So, well, it's not going to pick anything right now anyway because we don't have another settler, but that'll be where we put our next guy. We'll start housing some people in there. And I can tell we're probably going to need agricultural, but I'm going to wait on building our job until we've got our next settler, just so we can see if it takes a while, maybe one of these farms will upgrade in the meantime, because the first upgrade doesn't take too long. It's just 4 or 5 days in game time. But okay, here we go. We got a nice little marshal plot. I like it. We do have a little walking issue there. Like generally, if you can't get up there easily yourself, there's no way your NPCs are gonna. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a little stairway and see if we can help them out so they can climb up there. So this is about as much of the little nuancy type building that I want to do right now in this particular playthrough. For the most part, I'm just going to let Sim Settlements handle it. I'll do a little stair action, and I'll make sure that I do things like build up the appropriate power and water as needed. But other than that, I'm not probably going to do a lot of individual buildings in this particular playthrough, which is why a lot of the mods, I'm headless. That's a bug from Workshop Plus that has to do with the flight. But anyway, if I didn't say it already, one of the reasons I haven't installed any of the workshop mods you guys have suggested is because I don't intend on doing a lot of small building right away. But I'm not rejecting them yet because I might need some stuff later on. All right, let's sleep a quick 12 hours. We'll see if we get another settler so we can make our decision on what we want to do next and go from there. But I'm very, very excited to show you guys the Industrial Revolution tech tree. I had so much fun designing that, especially when we get into some of the higher tier stuff that have little quests that we can do, that you can unlock some stuff with, because they add new little gameplay elements. Some of them actually unlock entire mini games that are inside the plots, and that stuff took inspiration from just a lot of different genres of games I used to like. So the tech trees just made me feel like I was doing a lot of RTS type of thing, and then the mini games and the quests in them were based on old adventure games, and so it was a lot of fun as a designer to create all of the plots and interconnectivity between the Industrial Revolution stuff. So I'm really excited to show you guys, because I haven't seen a lot of people who play Sim Settlements for Twitch or YouTube who have covered much of the Industrial Revolution stuff. So I'm concerned a large majority of you have never actually seen any of it or gone through it yourselves, and so I'm hoping to make the barrier to entry a little bit lower by walking you guys through it, because I know having to dig around on forums is not something that everybody's willing to do when they're playing a game, especially when it's a mod. So I will definitely show you guys all of that. But it will take a while, because the advanced industrial stuff, not only is it designed to take longer in the sense that it takes longer to actually upgrade, but you have to go through to get everything unlocked. You end up having to build all of the different buildings, and there are 45 of them, I believe, in the base of Industrial Revolution, now that we did that big patch last June. So quite a deep pool we're gonna have to get through, but we'll get there eventually. We got plenty of time, no rush. So yeah, so we didn't get another settler, so I'm not gonna make the call on what to build next as a job, but I think we're doing pretty good here. We've got a pretty solid setup. Now our defense meter on the left there does need to go up a little bit higher, and that's because of our water. So that is where we can start looking at next. Now, this is one of those points where I never anticipated for people to build exclusively with Sim Settlement stuff. So to me, the things that I love seeing filler of in Sim Settlements are water and power. Actually all three: water, power, and turrets. I think turrets are a lot of fun. Spamming them isn't fun, and that's why the martial plots. That's part of why the martial plots offer quite a bit of defense, but it's also just because you're sacrificing a worker, and so that needs to be more valuable. Like, I felt that the numbers in the vanilla game of just giving you 6 defense for a settler was not enough, given how valuable settlers actually are when they can produce so many resources for you. So the martial plots tend to produce a lot more bang for their buck than the guard posts, and that was by design. But I did not intend to take away the need for turrets entirely. It was just to try and help you reduce the turret spam. So the Sim Settlements formula for defense is food plus 1/2 water. So right now we need to get up to at least 11 defense. in order to satisfy the default needs for upgrades. Now, it doesn't look like the meter on the left is reflecting that, and that could very well be a bug, and that will be going on my list to be investigated. There might be a bug hunt video about that, but generally the meters on the left there are telling you what you need to get upgrades. So the stuff at the top, so you'll notice that in the default UI, everything's in green. Those greens generally just mean that everything is functioning and happiness will start rising because you've got all the needs met. But Sim Settlements is focusing on what do you need to actually cause upgrades to trigger. All right, so for our turret, so I know that there are other attack points in here, so I think we're going to keep the turret, our one turret here that I hope that's all we need to hit our needs. We're going to keep that kind of central here. Keep us safe where the martial plots aren't paying attention. So we'll kind of tuck this guy in over here. You can deal with a little noise. Mr. Sailor who's living there. So that puts us up to 15 defense. So it didn't quite fill our meter up. It looks like we need a little bit more. So it looks like actually, if I do the math here, so 12 water plus 5 food would be 17. So yeah, it looks like the meter on the left is accounting for water plus food. So we're going to go ahead and meet that meter, but I am going to go research that as an issue. Just because I remember specifically we made a change to reduce the requirements of defense just to make it a little cleaner, especially for people who want to go on entirely Sim Settlements. And it seemed unnecessary to have quite that much defense. It was feeling a little bit spammy. So it was supposed to be 1/2 water plus food is the defense number you need. So we'll go research that as a potential bug. But for now, because I do want to see these farms upgrade, I am going to go ahead and place down another turret so we can get our needs met. Now, one thing I've seen other people use, and I'm actually interested in, so maybe this could be a mod recommendation or a mod request for me. I would love to see some like lower tech turrets. I've always hated that these turrets just look super high tech. They look like there would be no way in hell you could build them. In fact, a mod idea I've had often is that you could never build these turrets from scratch, and you would have to go salvage parts from turrets you find out in the world. That I thought could be kind of cool. So then you'd have a reason to go collecting parts from all the military bases and whatnot. But all right, we're gonna put this guy. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll tuck it in over here. All right, so now our defense needs, that meter should fill up in just a moment. There it goes. So once all the meters are full, the plots are eligible to upgrade. Now, plots that don't require power, which in this case would just be our agricultural, they don't need to have that particular meter full. So agricultural, as soon as you've got water and defense full, then those are eligible. For all the other types, it's power is required, and for the residential, they also require food and water. So there's a different combination of needs for each one, and there's a video in our tutorial series if you guys are interested in some more of these details without waiting for me to cover them in these particular build videos. You can check all that out now. We've got a great playlist going that I'm adding to once a week. I try and add a new tutorial to teach you guys more of these details, but as Rick joked in a comment recently, these are going to become kind of my secondary tutorials where I dive in a little deeper and teach you guys some more while I'm going through it. So it looks like we're in good shape now. I'm not ready for this stuff to upgrade, so I'm not powering everything. Also, I might start soon though, just because resources are not as tight as I was concerned. As you can see there, I've got enough to build 16 small generators, so I'm actually doing pretty good. And I've got I haven't been doing a ton of equipment upgrades yet, so I haven't needed all my junk for that. But yeah, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. This is shaping up to be a nice little sanctuary. I would like to know where our friend that we met out in the out that random spot. I would also like to know where the hell he came from. He had to have come from a mod, just because he only had a couple of dialogue options, and I've never seen Bethesda do that, where they just snip out some dialogue options. But where is our guy? Where'd our man go? Let's see if he's around here. It's time to endorse those mods once again. So today I didn't hit record on the video in time, and I just was like slamming that endorse button on a bunch of mods. But I want to show some props to the following mods that I did notice today's play session and went ahead and gave them that thumbs up. Dog Meat, a true companion, which that one might get a thumbs down later if I keep getting my head ripped off by all these dogs. But Dog Meat, a true companion, very cool, makes Dog Meat very powerful. The Lear laser weapon, not sure if I'm going to keep using it, but dang is it pretty, and the sound effects are fantastic. Like, I wouldn't have known that wasn't a Bethesda weapon if somebody didn't tell me otherwise. Obviously our add-on and mod of the week in Sim Settlement Scrappers and unique NPCs, creatures, and monsters, definitely getting those thumbs up. And as soon as I figure out which mod decked out the raiders that I found with some new stuff, I'm going to give that one a thumbs up as well, because those were some very cool armor I saw when I was running around killing bad guys today. So guys, don't forget, endorse those mods, and even better is throw some comments on your favorite mods with some praise, and you will see those add-on or those mod authors come to life, because that stuff is our fuel. Let's see, he probably would have moved into one of the new plots that we built, so I guess he's definitely not over there. We just saw the guy who was working the Marshall plot, so he's got to be our water guy. So let's see if he's over there, just because I'm curious if he actually made it or if maybe he's still on his way. That's one of those little quirks with the game's workshop system. When you send settlers between them, it can take a little while before they actually show up, but they're already registered in the system, so they'll still build things. But no, I think that's him. I think, yeah, Old Man Jenkins. He's our water man. Which, that reminds me a lot of Fallout 3. I don't remember who the old guy was in Fallout 3, but there's an old timer running the water plant in Megaton, I believe. So that's kind of Old Man Jenkins for us. Maybe Old Man Jenkins lives here in the old sailor hut, and he's just obsessed with water.